Hi, my name is Tina. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope everybody's had a great Sunday. Hope you had a really good time at church today. I am about to make some dinner for my husband who's been working today, and it's still cold outside. It's May. It's still freezing here where we're at, and so comfort food it is with what I have on hand. And we'll get to making that, and I'll talk you through it. So we had a split cock chicken the other night. We barbecued it and it was really yummy, but we have a portion of it left over. I'm just gonna shred this chicken for the little chicken and biscuit bake that we're gonna make. We had a really good church service today, and so funny because, well, first, sorry for my appearance, my hair. I already took my Sunday nap, which I really needed, and just threw my hair up because I was going to cook. Tends to get in the food if I don't wear it up. Nobody wants that extra protein. So anyways, what was the sermon about? Oh my goodness, it was something that, believe it or not, I have always questioned. It was one of those scripture passages where I just have never really quite understood the why. And it's a Sunday school lesson really about Jesus healing a man at the pool of Bethesda when miraculously the angel of the Lord would trouble the water and the person who made it to the water first would be healed. And Jesus had went to the man. Having walking past the pool of Bethesda, he saw the man laying on the cot, the bed, and went to him and said, would you like to be healed? And the man, instead of saying, oh yes sir, 38 long years I've been waiting to get healed, yes, instead of that, his response was, well, I don't have anybody to get me to the water in time. Somebody always jumps out in front of me. Which, you know, I've talked about that before, and I'm thankful that Jesus ignored that man's excuse for why he wasn't already healed, because that really wasn't the question that Jesus had even asked him. But I do find that we end up doing that sometimes. Instead of really turning to the Lord for our healing. Hey, I have 3 dogs here this week. 2 are my grandpups. It's a little loud here sometimes. But I might have to put them out. Anyways, I'm thankful Jesus ignores our excuses sometimes as to why we have not yet been healed, because we can come up with some, right? Well, I just haven't been able to get rid of anxiety because, you know, it just runs in my family. My mom, my grandmother, we all suffered from it. And so, yeah, that's why I struggle with it. When Jesus never asked him anything like that. He only said, do you want to be healed? Yes. That was a yes or no question. We sometimes make things so complicated like this man was doing, but Jesus actually ignored the excuses and just flat out told him, you want to be healed? Pick up your bed and walk. Just do it. The healer had come, okay? And my biggest confusion in this story was, why did he have to pick up his bed? And I was so happy that the pastor actually, that's really what the whole message was about. And I was so happy that the Lord finally was revealing to me the why. Because he doesn't have to, but it was very interesting for me to figure out the why. It's so simple. It's not complex. Many of you probably already know, but I really love this whole point, is that he told the man to pick up his bed and walk away, even though for 38 years he had been chained to that bed, that cot, basically probably a mat, probably not very clean, probably yucky, you know, like this chicken. I don't enjoy doing this, trying to distract myself. But, right? So, not something that you would want to turn around and say, oh yeah, don't let me forget this, because, you know, I've been chained to it for 38 years. No, he probably wanted to run as fast as he could the opposite direction of that. But Jesus said, pick it up and walk. And that's exactly what he did. He listened to the miracle worker. He picked up his bed and he walked. And he began to walk around in town, and the Pharisees, the religious snoots, the ones that thought they knew all about God, and in reality they knew nothing of his character, said, oh, wait. Why are you carrying your bed? It's the Sabbath. That's against the law to carry your bed on the Sabbath, on this holy day. And the man said, listen, I don't know. The one that healed me, he told me to pick up my bed and walk. Oh, so there's been a healing. Okay, so that was the whole point. So exciting to me, because the whole point of taking up your bed and walking was the fact that you're carrying your bed around, and it's a conversation starter. You're walking around with what you've been delivered from, and the Lord made that man do that so that other people would say, why do you have your bed? Why are you carrying the cot around? And so he could say, I've been healed. I've been healed. So the title of the message was, your mess becomes your message. Your story turns to God's glory. Okay? And now I get it. He carried the bed around so that people would see the miracle that Jesus had performed in his life. And I just love that point. He said, let me ask you a question. I'll say a word and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind. And he said, Bartimaeus. So what's the first word that comes to your mind? Everybody blurts out, blind. Blind Bartimaeus. But why don't we say healed Bartimaeus? Because Bartimaeus was healed. He did not remain blind. Jesus healed him. But we still call him blind Bartimaeus. Why? Because that was the point in his story where God got the glory. Where he took a blind man and he turned him into a man who could see. All right. So exciting, so miraculous, and God got the glory in his story. The demoniac, what's your name? Legion, for we are many, he said. Jesus cast all those devils into the pigs. That man was no longer a demoniac, so why do we still say, oh, the demoniac of Gadarenes? Why? Because that's when he met Jesus. That's when God turned it all around for this man. And we can't forget his story where God got all the glory. His mess turned into a message of deliverance, a message of healing. And so he said, sometimes we come to church and we put on the long sleeves and the high neck and the long dress because we don't want anybody to see where our tattoos are. Because years ago, we were wild and sowing our oats, we got tattoos. And we're different now, so we don't want to appear like we could still be, loving those things of the world. And he said, why are we ashamed of what God's done for us? Such a good point. We have friends who pastor in Philadelphia, and she said, well, if you don't have a tattoo, you're not allowed to be in our church because, that's just who we are. We're full of people that have a testimony. We're full of people that testify about what God has done for them. Praise the Lord. I really enjoyed the message, and it encourages me to share my testimony. The 5+ decades that I've been alive, God's done a whole lot for me. And I have so many things that I can share about the good things that the Lord has done. And I never want to forget. And the people in my life, I want to impact. I want them to know all that God has done for me, because if he did it for me, he can do it for them. We got our shredded chicken. Now I already drained this mixed veggie can. We're gonna pour this in. And we're not gonna put any salt because cans of mixed vegetables have plenty of salt. Lord knows we don't need any of that. So we're gonna add some pepper, some garlic pepper. Gonna look in the cabinet and see what else I want to add. Just throwing a bunch of stuff in. And next, I'm gonna add a little bit of cream of mushroom, probably half a can, just enough to make it creamy. I'm not adding cream of mushroom, I'm adding cream of chicken, just enough to make it creamy. But me and my husband, when we first got married and we were attending the church together, we used to have special singers, and we sang a song called Jesus Did It For Me, because we both had such a testimony, and we wanted to just testify, and we would sing that song called Jesus Did It For Me. If you're bound, he can set you free because he did it for me. Anything in his name he will do. I know he'll do anything for you because Jesus did it for me. He took a broken life and a messed up mind and a heart that was so shattered, and he put it all back together. He did it for me. I know he'll do it for you. He delivered me from depression. He delivered me from anxiety. And if he did it for me, I know he will do it for you. I'm going to add a little bit of milk to this because I don't have any cream. If I had heavy cream, I might add a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit of milk to this, and then we'll see what's next. I just know that I would not be anywhere today if it had not been for Jesus. If it had not been for his mercy and his love and his grace every single day, I do not know where I would be. I would probably not be in my right mind because, you know, we all face things that we've been through that we can honestly say, if God had not delivered me from that, I would not have lived the life that I have lived, a very blessed life, a life of a closeness with Jesus and a life of seeing my children live close to him, right with him, right on the inside with Jesus. And if it had not been for Jesus, where would I be? I'm so thankful for all that he's done. I'm thankful that one day he said to me, girl, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? And I said, well, oh God, you know, I've got this going on. I can't get victory over this and this. And he ignored my excuses and he said, pick up your bed and walk. Just get up, get going, girl. He gave me a new life, a new heart, a new mind. I'm so thankful. Let's see what we're going to do next with our mixed veggies. Now I'm taking some biscuits and I'm just going to lay them on the top of the concoction. Again, I don't always make things like this, but it's cold outside. I was not prepared to make comfort food this week. We're trying to get more into like a healthier Mediterranean version of food. But the truth is, when it's cold like this, I just don't want a salad. And yesterday I actually made a fajita soup that I wish I had shared, but I definitely will make that again. It might not be until it gets cold again, because I guess it's going to warm up this week. But oh my goodness, just with leftover fajitas, so good. And I like taking leftovers and seeing what I can do with them. And nowadays, for sure, you don't want to waste any food because it costs so much to get the food that you got, right? Anyways, I wanted to share that, but But mostly, I wanted to share the message that we learned about letting God take your mess and make it a message, and letting God use your story for His glory. Don't forget, as you go through your week, testify. Tell somebody about what Jesus did for you, because you know what? Only you can tell your story the way that it's going to touch somebody's heart. Nobody else can tell your story like you can. All right? God bless you. I hope you have a great Sunday evening. Rest. Be with your family. Don't feel bad about resting. And I will see you tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe. So here is the finished product. It was quick. It took 28 minutes in the oven. And I'm going to let it cool down before I try to serve it or anything. I hope you have a great Sunday. Follow me for easy peasy cheating recipes. I'm not the Nana that's going to roll out the dough and make homemade biscuits, but I am the Nana that's going to help you use your leftovers or whatever it is